In the far north of Canada, on the edge of Hudson Bay, the beautiful Churchill River flows into the bay during the summer months. Of course, most of the year this place is frozen and it's famous for its polar bears. But during the summer, it's the magnificent beluga whales as they swim through the river that are incredible. And I'm going to take you for a swim with them, a unique experience. The best way to enjoy the beluga experience is with the experts, Frontiers North Adventures, who know the region so well, you're guaranteed an amazing experience. You can swim or kayak amongst the 3,000 whales which congregate in the chilly Churchill River, chasing a fish called capelin. The beluga are unique whales closely related to narwhal. They're a toothed whale and the males grow as long as 6 metres, with the females being a little smaller. They only live for about 10 years in the wild, and one look into their eyes makes you realise just how intelligent they are.
Let me tell you something. It's freezing!
The first thing that hits you when you enter the water is the cold, and then the amazing spectacle of white whales swimming around you everywhere. They're incredibly curious, swimming very close, even nudging the camera. The whales have 3 main threats: polar bears, killer whales, and the biggest is mankind's pollution, which is a serious threat to many of the southern populations.
Now, it's an incredible experience. The first thing that hits you when you hit the water is it's very cold. It's about 3 to 5 degrees. The whales are actually swimming upside down underneath you taking a look. And what's interesting about the beluga is it's actually got a neck, so it bends its head around. It's unlike any other whale, and it's actually just looking at you as it's going through. They're very inquisitive. They've got a beautiful, it's a sound, it sounds very much, I think they're called the sea canary. The other thing is that the babies are actually, they're peeling at the moment, their skin's changing, and as they mature it turns white. And that's how they get the name beluga whale.
The Hudson Bay population makes up nearly 25% of all the belugas left in the wild. And whilst you may have been whale watching before, nothing will prepare you for this unique experience.
This is an experience that I'll never forget. It's just like they're little angels. It's just coming up. Their faces turn to just look at you. And their eyes, it's almost as if their eyes meet yours and you feel as though you've got a connection. This is wonderful.
The town of Churchill is very much the last frontier, and it takes a full day to reach from Toronto. Belinda and Parker Fitzpatrick have got the Tundra Inn. Now, it's fantastic accommodation in a town that has a lot of polar bears, and who better to give you polar bear advice than an Aussie?
That's right.
How'd you find your way here?
I wanted to do something different. I wanted to see how cold -40 was and the Northern Lights, so I came up here in the middle of winter, actually.
So you've had a few drinks at the Tundra Inn, you're heading back to your accommodation and suddenly you see a giant Ugg boot coming down the road. What do you do if a polar bear comes at you?
Well, the theory is to actually remove an item of clothing because their scent, they follow the scent, so it'll basically buy you more time. You throw your hat, your coat, something off to the side, and then head in the opposite direction as fast as you can.
Now we know Churchill's the home of the polar bear, let's go and have a look for some. We're going out onto the tundra, which translates to low, flat plains. Now, the best and safest way to look for polar bears is in a specially designed vehicle like this one from the Tundra Buggy Adventure. It's going to be fun.
The buggies come with a knowledgeable guide and are designed to travel over extreme conditions, from near impassable roads and water hazards, plus withstand the interests of some of the wildest creatures on this planet, the polar bear.
Is that one over there?
Once a bear is spotted, the Tundra buggy stops and allows time for the inquisitive creature to sniff the air, taste our scent and decide if we're a threat. Now's also the perfect time to get out the cameras and start snapping. The polar bears in this region go into a walking hibernation in summer, unlike black or grizzly bears, which gives us a unique opportunity to see these magnificent animals. Polar bears are quite docile in summer. However, in just a few months, when temperatures plummet and the ice returns, the bears will start hunting. October and November is when they begin to gather in large numbers in the Churchill region, waiting for the ice to form and then head out in search for food.
To give you an idea on just how harsh the tundra is, take a look at these spruce. Now you can see the foliage down the bottom here, well, it's luxuriant, it's very, very healthy. This is actually buried by snow for the best part of the winter, so it's not affected. But the area above is exposed to the cold north winds as it blasts through. So these trees are only half a tree. Literally all the foliage on the north side has been completely blown off. Now, even in the summer, there's just below the surface here the permafrost. It never thaws out, so these trees can't get their roots down very deep at all. So you end up with very old, stunted trees that are not that tall, but they survive, and that's what you've got to do in this type of environment.
The extremes of climate here are unbelievable, yet the diversity of animal life is incredible. While the flora is stunning, the polar bears in Churchill are unforgettable.